What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now first and foremost, the question that's on everybody's mind is, do you need to play The Witcher 1 and 2 to fully understand Witcher 3? And I'm actually going to say no, you don't need to. Although we're playing as the same hero in the same world, things have changed a lot since the previous entry. Our monster hunting protagonist Geralt is searching for an old student who's gone missing during a giant global changing event called the Wild Hunt. Our world is now on the brink of destruction. An army of creatures have found a way to pierce their way into our universe, plowing through from parallel dimensions. They flood our world and now are trying to consume everything in their path, and only Geralt can stop this blight. As soon as you start playing The Witcher, you notice that storytelling is a lot different from other fantasy games. A game like Skyrim drops you into a massive sandbox and lets you make your own adventure out of it, or a game like Dragon Age Inquisition, it has this full fleshed out world, but you're still kind of navigating your way across a set path. Geralt, on the other hand, is carving the world as he needs it to be. He's trying to find out who's in charge, who's winning, who's losing, and find out how he can make the best out of the situation at hand. So much of the entire storyline is navigated like a giant chessboard. Every single option branches and branches and branches. Every option has heavy, dire consequences that you may not see for hundreds of hours. At the backbone of this riveting tale, though, is the combat. It is blisteringly fast. Overall, everything's been sped up from the previous games, giving everything sort of a Batman style of feel. Your primary means of attacks are your two swords, steel for taking out humans and silver for taking out magical beasts. This combat system feels so much more fluid than previous games. Swooping in, trying to land a series of fast and slow attacks before dodging out of the way can be incredibly fun, especially with the magic system, which can do both offensive and defensive abilities on the fly. The magic is broken down into 6 different signs or sigils. These effectively are different elemental types, used for both healing and offensive. Personally, I loved the Fire Blast. A new addition to combat in this one is also the crossbow, helping you knock enemies out of the air. Now this doesn't do the most damage, but it's a new interesting mechanic for pulling enemies into the fray. Something about the dodge mechanic just felt perfectly dead on. Using it to flip your way out of a giant group of foes felt really well tuned. Never did I feel overwhelmed, except when I was just completely outnumbered, and even then, survival felt possible. Each new encounter has its own thrill to it, because you never know exactly how it's going to play out. Whether it be a group of bandits or a massive griffin, you can never be fully prepared for how crazy things can turn out. To complement this swift fighting, we also have potions, but they're incredibly fun because they have a massive drawback. These potions can strengthen either your body or your weapon, giving you increased offense or defensive abilities, but drink too many and the toxins can kill you, giving you a fine line between how much you can heal before you die. Cool combat can be charming, but really you're here for the story, and Geralt's is one of a kind. The plot in this game is rather tense because the entire world is on the line, but with a little bit of humor and a couple twists in there, I was actually extremely intrigued by everything. I wanted to talk to everyone. I wanted to learn all I could about the world itself. Much of my experience with the game actually reminded me of Red Dead Redemption. You have a goal, a set goal, and you know how to do it at any time, but really it's the side quests that make it important. At any time, you can choose to mount your horse and ride in a random direction. Every hill will hide secrets. Behind every mountain is another set of quests. I even found entire hidden towns with quest boards full of new things for me to do. Sometimes I just track a mighty monster and earn some gold, or if I wanted to unwind, I could just play some games in the local tavern. Everything about this world is fantastic. It just holds everything together. Wandering the world and unfolding all the intricacies of this quest is incredibly addicting, especially when you learn all the characters. Everything in this game is so well written. The lowliest villager to the highest royalty, each is intricately balanced. Every voice actor is amazingly well done, and at no point did anything seem skipped or slacked on. Graphically, the game is stunning, using the new Red Engine 3. Everything looks fantastic, although my only small complaint was that things looked really dark at times, and I had to almost immediately bump up the brightness if I wanted to see anything at all. During your journey, you're gonna lose your way, you're gonna get sidetracked, and you're gonna find the true glory of Witcher 3 is not just the amazing conclusion, but the adventure finding it. I spent 65 hours beating the main quest line and another 40 doing side quests. Over 100 hours of content in this game is truly mind-blowing, but really it was the fact that it was just as fun at the beginning as it was at the end that made it so memorable. In The Witcher, there's so much going on that I think we're going to get a lot more games in the future, because even in my over 100 hours in this world, so much more seemed to be going on. So many stories are going on the sidelines that you can never quite fully find. So we've heard a lot of good and a little bad, but let's head over to the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt a 10 out of 10. A game like this is rare, extremely rare, and you need to try this. Even if you're not a fan of fantasy games, or you've never played any of the previous Witcher games, pick up Witcher 3 and give it a try. This game was definitely worth the $60 I paid for it, and I will be gladly trying out the DLC, because this world is so big, and I want to learn everything about it. This is the only game I've played this year where upon beating it, I went right out and bought the books, because Witcher 3 is that kind of game. Only one word truly fits it: masterpiece. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been DreamcastGuy with another review. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up so others can see it, and if it's your first time watching, please subscribe. Do me the biggest favor of all, though, and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.